Flagship time! Yep, we are having a look at the Xiaomi Mi 5 today, Xiaomi's latest high-end smartphone based on the Snapdragon 820 SoC. Let's go! Straight to the packaging, of course. As usual, the handset comes in a typical Xiaomi box with the current standard design. That obviously means white cardboard plus a large image of the actual product on the front and some specs on the rear. Inside, the usual Xiaomi stuff: power supply, USB cable, one SIM tray opener and some documents. Whoever wants more has to purchase extra. Design-wise, the Xiaomi Mi 5 is just lovely. Xiaomi basically took the well-known Mi Note design and fine-tuned it. The metal frame is flattened towards the back, resulting in a silky smooth transition from the metal to the 3D glass on the rear. Obviously, that feels just amazing holding the device in your hands. A very visible change though is the home button, which for the very first time on a Xiaomi device is a physical one, and that for a reason, since they implemented a fingerprint scanner inside of it. Next to it, there are two touch buttons, not symbolized by icons, but just small dots that light up once you touch them. Around the handset, we find two openings for the speaker and the mic, as well as a USB Type-C port between them, two hardware buttons, a headphone jack, noise cancelling mic, and infrared blaster, as well as the dual Nano SIM tray. The rear looks very clean with its white curved glass. We only find the typical Mi logo here, as well as the camera next to the dual LED dual tone flash in the upper left corner. We would have preferred a centered placement though, since it often happens that you get your fingers on pictures. Surprisingly, the Xiaomi Mi 5, despite its solid build with the thick metal frame, is fairly lightweight. Its weight is only 130 grams. Let's have a closer look at the screen now, and yep, Xiaomi again used a really good panel here. It's based on the negative LCD technology, which results in very nice black levels and thus a high contrast ratio. It indeed comes pretty close to Super AMOLED displays, which makes content just look gorgeous. The resolution at 1920 by 1080 is high enough to make single pixels invisible at the screen size of 5.15 inches, making it even more fun to look at the screen. Colors look vivid and brightness is top-notch, ensuring great outdoor readability along with the sunlight display technology. The digitizer recognizes up to 10 fingers at once and offers you a smooth surface, which even is scratch-proof thanks to Gorilla Glass 4. Something they could have done better though are the dimensions. The handset is almost as large as the current smallest 5.5-inch devices due to the black frame along the screen and the comparable white metal frame. Also, there is a lot of space being wasted below the screen, which definitely could have been done better. Anyone who knows me is aware of the fact that I haven't been into Qualcomm chipsets lately. Nope, the reason is not that I am a MediaTek fanboy, but simply the fact that recent Qualcomm chipsets all have been rather bad compared to what MTK delivered. In a recap, the Snapdragon 410 was too slow, the Snapdragon 615 inefficient, the Snapdragon 810 suffered from overheating. Bottom line, all chips after the Snapdragon 800 or 801 sucked. So how are things going with the Snapdragon 820? Well, seems like Qualcomm finally learned their lessons. The chipset rocks. There is no other way to describe it. You get hell of a lot of processing power, especially in the GPU area, which literally lets everything you do just fly with no lags whatsoever. Of course, the Superfast UFS 2.0 memory along the 3GB of LPDDR4 RAM contribute to that as well. All in all, you get a more than decent hardware package that is likely to still be up to date after 2 years. And yes, all that without any overheating issues. During normal daily use, the chipset balances itself at about 40 to 50 degrees Celsius. During gaming, temps seldom hit more than 60 degrees Celsius. Yes, the phone does get warm, but you always can touch it without feeling uncomfortable. Throttling of the SoC hasn't occurred during the roll testing phase. And there's more, since Xiaomi also delivers with regards to the remaining specs. The fingerprint scanner scanner, for example, which works insanely well and fast. Just put the finger on the button, press one time, boom, there you go, it's unlocked. The time this takes is minimal and the failure rate as well. The only kind of unfortunate thing is that you have to press the button. Just touching it is not enough. Furthermore, the Mi 5 also boasts a huge load of sensors. You really get everything you need, including a gyroscope, an e-compass and a step counter. Xiaomi are doing the jump to Android 6.0 with the Mi 5, which is running their customized MIUI Android distribution in version 7.2. There are no new features, but the system runs smooth and stable and gets regular updates for years to come, which is nice. The only downside is that right now there is no multi-language ROM available and you need to install the Google Play services manually. That's not much of work though, thanks to the Google Play installer available for all Xiaomi devices. Unfortunately, the Mi 5 does still suffer a typical Xiaomi issue. FDD LTE band 20 LES, the 800 MHz frequency is not supported, which means that you will have limited LTE available in some countries. What's more, there are some Wi-Fi issues. During my test, I lost connection often when moving just one floor below the router, which is unusual. Anyway, that is likely to be not hardware related, since users of other Xiaomi phones face similar issues after switching to Marshmallow, so that is likely to be fixed soon. Another thing you need to be aware of is that you need to configure the phone properly before using GPS. You will need to turn off energy saving and standby. If you are not doing so, tracking applications won't work properly, as you can see on this screenshot. Apart from those issues, the Mi 5 performs well though. Mobile network signal strength is above average, GPS is working well once configured properly, and also NFC was working nicely. Despite the Xiaomi Mi 5 not coming with a dedicated audio chipset and amplifier, it offers a more than decent audio quality. The internal speaker is very loud and offers a comparably intense bass playback. Headphones do sound very nice as well, and output is customizable using the system equalizer and Mi Sound Enhancer. Phone calls sound decent as well, with crystal clear voice quality on both ends. There's just one issue, and that's placement of the noise cancelling mic. It's placed on the same area as on the Mi Note, which means that you might cover it with your ear, resulting in the noise cancelling not working properly. The main camera of the Xiaomi Mi 5 is based on the Sony IMX298 sensor with 16 megapixels and an f2.0 aperture plus 4-axis optical image stabilization. In addition, there is a dual LED dual tone flash. Xiaomi advertised the camera especially with regards to the amount of details it is able to capture. Well, after thoroughly testing it, I have to say this is bullshit. It performs well for sure, but it isn't the best camera around with regards to details, especially when we are talking about stuff that is far away. Anyway, the camera is still amazing and one of the best cameras you can get on a smartphone these days. Why? Well, there are a couple of reasons for that. First of all, it obviously is the 4-axis OIS. Now, OIS isn't anything new, but you never experienced its impact as intense as you will on the Xiaomi Mi 5. The camera is capable of compensating big movements or even jumping, which doesn't only result in shake-free videos, but also prevents you from getting blurred shots at night or in HDR mode. You can even see the sensor moving, which by itself is insanely cool already. But also shutter and focus time is superior. The focus is adjusting pretty much immediately, just tap and there you go. There also is no noticeable delay between hitting the shutter button and getting your picture, even in HDR mode. Also, when doing shots using the LED flash, the shutter times is extremely short, which really was a big surprise. Now, the front camera only features a 4 megapixel sensor, which at the first look doesn't sound too amazing, but it still is better than most of those 8 megapixel front shooters out there. The sensor offers larger pixels, which results in capturing more light. This really helps getting sharp selfies, even with bad lighting. Now, a lot of people out there in the communities issued worries regarding battery life, since the Mi 5 does only come with a 3000 mAh battery, which sounds a little small combined with this monster SoC inside. Anyway, there is no reason to worry, since the Snapdragon 820 is surprisingly energy efficient. Even with intense usage, I didn't have trouble getting through a full day. Just when using GPS intensively, I had to charge in the evening. Geekbench freeze states 7 hours and 42 minutes of screen on time at 40% screen brightness, which is a very good result. Charging time is also rather short thanks to Quick Charge 3.0. Plug it in at 20% and you get 70% within 45 minutes and 100% after a bit more than 1 hour. All in all, the Xiaomi Mi 5 is a real bargain. For the asked price, you get way more than you would ever get for the same amount of money on the Western market, which is outstanding. Performance-wise, the phone is an absolute monster and a real pleasure to use. Yep, there are a few things Xiaomi need to take care of, but we all know they will, so there is no reason to worry. In the end, the only real downside is the missing LTE Band 20 support, but anyone able to live without that will get a more than decent handset here. So that's all from my side. Thank you for watching this review and I hope you will be with me again on the next review. As usual, if you have any questions, drop a comment. The link to the shop as well as more information can be found in the video description. If you like what we're doing at ChinaMobileMag/ChinaDevices.net, make sure to subscribe to this channel and pay us a visit on www.ChinaMobileMag.de and www.ChinaDevices.net. Bye bye, over and out.